Hello again, everyone. I'm back. It's still Wednesday afternoon. I know I said Tuesday in the last video. It's Wednesday. The holiday is messing with me. So yes, it is indeed Wednesday afternoon still. And back with another video. I have a concern I'm going to share about what's going on and some other good stuff as well. So I have more good stuff to report, a big concern, and other news items that I believe are very important. Trump has issued a warning to Putin of Russia. We also have news coming out of Europe that really highlights why this deportation, this effort is so important. It's so important. Also, I call out and I'm hard on pastors often. They should be held to a higher degree of accountability. I believe that. However, I'm going to give a shout out to two of them. And I'll explain. Don't want to miss that. I also have a terrific passage that I will share with you, so stay tuned for that here towards the end of the video. But first, what are the drones? Where did the drones go? And what are the Southern California fires? Now, if you live in, I know I have viewers from Southern California. Let us know what's going on with the fires. They've all but vanished from the news. Hopefully, I believe they've gotten somewhat of a handle on them. But I'm sure, that's just a devastation. That is such a, it's so huge, that devastation over there. And I hated seeing that. So yeah, weigh in, let us know what's going on the ground there. And chime in the comments. We would appreciate it. Also saw where the drones were coming back in force. I don't think they've ever left. Sometimes this misty fog, whatever that's in the air, kind of conceals them. That's convenient. But they haven't gone away. I saw a piece yesterday about how they're still heavily concentrated along the eastern side of the United States, especially in the Northeast, and especially still in New Jersey area. But even all the way down towards the south on the East Coast into South Carolina, in the Carolinas. A lot of them. Now, Trump has said that he's going to talk about the drones and fill us in on what's going on. Haven't heard that yet. I know he was just inaugurated Monday, so give him a little time on that, but I really hope he does fill us in and tell us what's going on. I will be disappointed in that if he doesn't. So my guess is he's doing more consulting and figuring out how to articulate that, because I have a feeling that's a complicated one. I really, really do, but it's interesting. California fires, let us know what's going on there. Also, I saw where Trump is set to visit Western North Carolina. Well, that's nice. I'm glad to see that. Goodness gracious. The last administration ignored it, not only ignored it, threw them like, I don't know, what was that? A few dollars and some tents. Good luck. You're on your own, totally. To freeze. So he's set to visit North Carolina, which is good to see. That's good. That is really good to see. Trump has issued a warning to Putin of Russia that if Putin refuses to get more engaged in negotiations to end the war with Ukraine, he will slap more heavy sanctions on Russia. And has threatened to continue to fund or send weapons / money, whatever, to the Z-Man, which I tell you, I do not want to see that. And I know many of you agree, but I don't want to see another thin dime, or not one more thin dime sent to the Z-Man of the UKR. I don't want to see it. No, that's our money. I'm under no illusion that the money printing will not continue. I'm sure it's going to continue, at least on some level. I know. Not one red cent, not one thin dime more to that place. It's sickening. It's sickening. In that dang thing, however we, as best we can. I mean, quick as we can. I mean, it's a tragedy. So many deaths on both sides of that conflict. It's terrible. But anyway, hopefully that gets worked out. It might take longer than people expect. The reason it is so important, I'm glad to see that the deportations have started, or at least are getting in motion from what I can tell, from what you hear. An Afghan man attacked, I think I may have mentioned this in the last video, attacked a daycare group in Germany. At least one toddler. Kids, what kind of evil attacks kids with a knife? With anything but a knife? A daycare center. At least one toddler was killed and another adult and there might be more by now. That was something I read a little earlier today. They say it's so bad. Now, this is an Afghan man, a migrant in Germany. They say the scene was so bad that police are going to need and already needing mental health services because the scene is horrific, and I cannot imagine. Little kids. Again, what kind of evil attacks an innocent that can't fight back? What kind of pit of hell did that jump out of? I don't know. But that's what it is, a straight up demon that will answer for it. Straight up evil. But again, to the point I'm trying to make, the deportations, and I'm under no illusion that it will not happen here anyway. 4 years of just outright invasion. I'm telling who we have here. Going after the criminal element first in these deportations. Listen to a little bit of the Tom Holman, the czar, the border czar, whatever you want to call him. I forget his actual title, but he said they have commenced already. They're going after the criminal element, the illegal migrants who have come in that have been convicted of violent crimes. And he said, no, by the way, in the process of arresting them, deporting them, if there are others around that came in against the law, they're going to go too. That's good. Hey, do it. Do it to it, I say. But that effort is paramount. It should be right at the top, right near the top of the list, or at the top of the list, in my opinion. Pastors, all right, from time to time I'll say that we need to hear more from the pastors, especially this day and time. We do, absolutely. It's hard to find one that is not afraid to rock the boat a bit, or not afraid to step in there and talk about current events and truth. And it's hard to find we saw 2 of them during the inauguration ceremony, didn't we? Some of them were kind of lame, but 2 stand out to me. To me now. One was Franklin Graham. Now this guy, the son of Billy Graham, legendary prophet, modern day prophet, absolutely. Billy Graham was awesome. Franklin Graham, his son, the older he gets, the more he looks like Billy, in my opinion. But anyway, Franklin Graham is the head of the Samaritan's Purse, which is an awesome organization. They do a lot of great work for people in need all over the world. If you wanted to give to an organization, that's one of them that I would absolutely trust. And we have given to them before. But Franklin Graham delivered the goods during that inauguration ceremony, you might remember, and didn't mind calling out the evil that was standing over his left shoulder. The facial expressions were priceless. But Franklin threw down. Another one who threw down was this pastor, Lorenzo Sewell. That guy, young man, threw down. They say he is a pastor near Detroit, Michigan. Now, I looked him up, and he's on He's on YouTube as well. I'm going to link him in the description of this video, as well as Franklin Graham. And, well, Franklin, I'm not sure if Franklin has an actual YouTube page, but anyway, y'all know Franklin Graham. But I'm going to link Lorenzo Sewell. But that guy, I mean, if you can't, the passion and the spirit was coming out of this guy. And if you missed it, if you missed the ceremony, look it up. I mean, you can just YouTube or whatever, search Lorenzo Sewell, Sewell, speech, and it'll come up, or prayer, or whatever. It'll come up, and you can see the clip of him. It's really good. It's inspiring, a lot of energy, says some good stuff. And if you're not feeling inspired after that, then you need to get your pulse checked. All right. I know it did me. I know it did, but that guy was on fire, man. On fire. Love it. And Franklin was great too. All right, my concern, this AI Stargate, y'all. I mean, and I mentioned this morning's video that I have a concern. I didn't go into it there. But I haven't done a super deep dive into this, but Trump had this announcement yesterday and a bit of a press conference yesterday late in the day that they are investing about $500 billion into a infrastructure project they call Stargate, which is apparently an AI infrastructure. Now, I'm not an expert at this. I don't know what that looks like for sure. Supposedly it's going to start building in Texas. But in an effort to keep up with our near-peer adversaries, I believe that AI can have good uses, but I think it's very dangerous, and I think we need to keep a watch on this. The thing about it is, it can move so fast, and technology and the advancement of these super intelligence and supercomputers are going so fast that I think it's a bit dangerous. Like I said, I think good people using it could have good uses for it, but bad people, the nefarious people getting a hold of it, is my concern. And so that's what we need to keep watchful of. And I know during the press conference, one of the people he had there that he's partnering with was talking about some vaccines and such, and using it for certain things with health. And a little bit of that is concerning to me for sure. And I think we need to keep a watch on this. I really do. I mean, let's be watchful and see what happens here. But I didn't like the sound of some of that. So I think that we need to be careful about medicines that come out, and these things that come out that I'm not going to take part in. No, sir, no, ma'am. I'm not going to do it. I refuse. I think millions would line up for it. But I think AI in general is here already. It's been here. It's already started. It's advancing quickly. I think it could easily get out of control. I think it could be something humans over rely on. I think it could become something that is almost like a worship thing. That's my concern too. We need to keep our eyes fixed on the prize, and that is Jesus. And those of you, most here are believers, I know. So we need to keep that in mind, is to not get carried away on this stuff, and keep our eyes fixed where it belongs, and stay grounded in your faith and in the Word. You're going to be fine, right? But this stuff is coming regardless. All right, it's coming. It's here. My concern is how quickly it develops. How is it going to be used? How is it going to be used? Okay. So chime in on that. I know you will. I'm going to go do a passage. And it is from 2 Chronicles. 2 Chronicles chapter 7. Start in verse 14. It is verse 14. Okay. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. That's powerful. Like I said, all we can do is control what we can control, right? And what we can control is how we focus. We should be focusing on preps for sure. Skills, our relationships, they grounded in our person-to-person relationships. Develop them. Keep our preparations up. Number one is spiritual prep. Let's not alter from that, okay? Because I have a feeling even this year we're going to see a big show, and it's just beginning. It's unfolding, and we have to stay focused, right? That's the best way I can put it. But anyway, let's stay close to Jesus. Let's be safe, be careful as we go out there. Share your thoughts. Hit the like button. It helps me out. I appreciate it. God bless y'all. I'll see you soon.